Hi, I'm Mike from Motorsport Electrics. In this video we're going to be showing you how to install our rebuild kit for the Polaris Recoil starters. Due to the variety of models that this kit fits, we're now going to be showing you how to take the cover off the bike. You can use your manual for that. So once you get the cover off the bike, we can get started with the video. Right, once you get the pull start cover out of the bike, you're going to want to go ahead and remove the entire assembly on the inside and get your cover nice and cleaned up so you're ready to work on it. Alright, now that we got the cover all cleaned up, we're going to start reassembling. Take your recoil spring that's inside the clamp, put the outside hook on the notch inside the cover. Alright, we're going to start by pushing down the hook into the notch. As you can see, the clamp wants to come off already. We're just going to slowly, while keeping pressure on the recoil spring, pull the clamp out. Now you're going to slowly release tension on the spring. And there you go, hard part's over. After you've got your recoil spring inside the cover, it's time to start assembling the plastic starter reel. Couple things to note. This is the outside of the piece, this is the inside. On the inside cover, I'll try to show you the tab. This is the tab that's going to line up with the recoil spring. It's going to line up with this notch right there. So that's what, when you install it, that's what you're going to be looking for. Okay, now we're going to put a coating of low temp grease on the inside and the outside of the new plastic bushing. And go ahead and install that into the center of the starter housing. When installing the plastic starter ring, remember to line up the notch with the cutout in the ring. Alright, after you get the plastic starter ring in there, you want to go ahead and turn it counterclockwise, about a half a turn gently. You'll feel the tension on the recoil spring. It should snap back into place. Okay, now we're going to install the ratchet arm spring and the ratchet arm itself. Remember, the long tab of the spring gets installed into the cover. I know it's kind of tough to see on the video, but if you can look down, this is the ratchet arm. The small tab of the spring, you can see locked in right in this groove. And that's what you want. Okay, now you can put the friction spring onto the friction plate. Make sure the tabs are facing up and just spread it right over the plate. Okay, since you won't be able to see the position of the spring once the friction plate is installed, I'm going to show you how it lines up without the plate. You want it sort of parallel to the ratchet arm itself. Alright, now take your friction plate with the springs on it and make sure to align the tabs as we showed you before. Stick it right over the top. And then just bolt it down. After you get the bolt tightened down, we're going to make sure we have a little bit of free play in the reel. And what we're going to do is wind it counterclockwise 6 times to create tension on the spring. Okay, once you've wound it back, you're going to want to lock the wheel in place. I happen to have a set of needle-nose pliers that fit in there perfect, but you can use a screwdriver. Pretty much anything. You want to make sure it's secure though, because you need both hands for the next step. Okay, feed the rope from the outside of the cover in. And then pull it through the plastic reel with a set of needle nose pliers. Once you have the rope through the plastic cover, you want to pull some slack out. I'm going to tie a couple overhand knots in the end. You want to leave roughly 2 inches of slack after the knot. After you got both your knots tied, you can go ahead and just cut off the rest of the slack on the rope. Okay, after you've tied your knot, you're going to pull the slack from the outside of the cover. Make sure the knots are seated firmly in the recessed opening. Okay, before you remove your stop, you're going to want to put pressure on the reel, hold some tension, remove your stop, and slowly let the reel recoil. And that's it. Make sure the pull handle is seated firmly on the cover, and you can go ahead and reinstall it on your bike according to your manual. Make sure you use the new supplied gasket in the kit. That's it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you. Got you back on the trails a little bit sooner. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always shoot us an email at ricksmotorsportelectrics.com. And thanks for watching.